All right. So, I think the best place to start are the phases by using the picture vocabulary. All right. So, just to make sure that you have those down. So what I want to do is 6 volunteers all voluntold you. Okay. So 6 come up here and put these in order from beginning to end for the cell cycle. Right. Nice. Nice. All right. Okay, have a seat. Thank you. All right, so boys and girls, biggest difference between, and these are all exactly what they need to be. When we start with interphase, remember that the definition of mitosis is what? Go ahead.
The division of cells.
Cell division, right. Is this whole thing mitosis? No. Why not, Ryan? Right. Interphase and cytokinesis are not part of mitosis, all right? This is the cell cycle. This is the entire life cycle of a cell, okay? So if you could, and Coach Wilson did this yesterday, he said that he asked his students to break down the cycle of a cell into 3 stages. You could say interphase, mitosis, cytokinesis. Does that make sense? You have interphase where the cell is doing its little cell job, right? And then you have PMAT, which is the actual splitting of the cell, and then cytokinesis, where the cytoplasm actually divides. Okay? Yes.
So the longest phase of mitosis wouldn't be interphase?
It would be. No. Okay. True. Because you can't. It is the longest phase in the cell cycle.
Okay.
So Deepa said the longest. That means the longest phase in mitosis isn't interphase. That's true. Because interphase is not part of mitosis. Well, don't worry about that. I mean, I would say the most happens during prophase. Remember, because when we had that PowerPoint that moved, we saw the beginning of prophase was where chromosomes became visible. And then the little centrioles and the spindle fibers kind of started to come out. And then the centrioles worked their ways to the poles, and then the spindle fibers started to come out of the end. So there's the most, I would say, going on in prophase. But remember the example on the back of that onion cell? Assuming that every cell, every part of metaphase is, mitosis is the same length, 20 minutes, remember that one? Yes?
So chromosomes and spindle fibers both become visible during prophase?
Yes. And the centrioles.
Okay.
Okay, yes, question?
Are the centrioles visible during interphase?
No. Nope. And all the other, so the question was, are the centrioles visible during interphase? No. What you see there are organelles. Mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes. That's all the other business in interphase. Yes.
Where do the organelles go when it starts mitosis?
Good question. They're still there. They get kind of pushed off to the side. But because the important thing that is happening is the chromosomes, we kind of ignore them. So that you don't have to come look at a picture that has doubling of mitochondria, doubling of endoplasmic reticulum, because the most important thing really are the chromosomes. Okay, good question. So they're still there, we just don't pay attention to them. Yes?
So spindle fibers are forming and can be seen in prophase?
Prophase.
So that's when they start.
Yes. Yes. So, and you can see the difference here is interphase is just a cell doing its job, right? And this, what's this stuff called? Chromatin. Chromatin. It's just a jumbled up mess of the chromosomes, okay? And then in prophase is when you can see the centrioles, you can see the spindle fibers, and the chromosomes become visible, right? Okay. So metaphase, I think that one's pretty easy because they meet in the middle. It's really obvious. There's that nice line right down the middle where all the chromosomes are. Anaphase starts to pull away, and then telophase and cytokinesis, they're similar, all right? But what would you say, and we talked about this in one of my classes earlier today, what is the biggest difference between telophase and cytokinesis? Yes?
The cytoplasm hasn't fully split and telophase and cytokinesis.
Exactly. So in cytokinesis, the cytoplasm is completely divided. So if you look at the pictures, you can see it's kind of still attached here, it's not here. All right? Yes?
If you draw telophase like an oval, but then have like lines through it, and then would you be able to draw telophase like that?
As
I meant
long as it's
cytokinesis.
not like this. The pinching has to be pretty significant.
I meant cytokinesis. Sorry. So,
Yeah, no, cytokinesis is two separate
Yes,
cells.
okay.
They have to be separate, okay? Because remember, cyto means cell, and kinesis means movement. So cyto, the cells move away from each other, okay? All right, so I'm just going to pick these up, and you're, somebody, I wanted just you to take turns where you think these are going to go. Mitosis begins. Nucleolus and nuclear membrane disappear. Carolyn. Prophase. Why isn't it interphase?
Mitosis hasn't begun yet.
Yeah, interphase isn't part of mitosis. Good. That's prophase. All right. Different in plants. Cell wall forms down the center, and animals, cell membrane pinches in. Yes. Nope. Pinch. Telophase. There's a pinch. There's a division. Okay? So if we were looking at, when you did the onion cell lab, they were all kind of like shaped like bricks, and you just saw kind of a line down the middle. There wasn't a pinch. Why can't it pinch? Yes?
Because it has to fill the shape of the brick.
Right, and what's getting in the way that an animal cell has? Yes?
Cell wall.
Plant cell. Exactly. Cell wall. Cell wall is too rigid, which is the whole point of a cell wall. It's there to give structure and support to the plant. So it is too rigid in order to pinch in, so a line just goes right down the middle. Good. All right. Two new nuclei form. What do you think? Yes?
Cytokinesis.
No?
Telophase.
Telophase, right. Nuclei are there. Here, okay? All right. Chromosomes change to chromatin. Chromosomes to chromatin. Katie.
Anaphase?
So chromosomes, and then when you look at them, they're all jumbled up.
Metaphase?
Nope. Yes. Go ahead. What? No, I'm looking at you, Molly. Yeah.
Cytokinesis.
Okay, so it's really late telophase, early cytokinesis, because the chromosomes, you can see chromosomes here, but you can't see them here. So somewhere in late telophase, they start to become all jumbled up again. All right? So that could really go in either one. Remember, we simplify the cell cycle. Interphase has a lot of different parts to it. We don't have to do that, at least not until you're freshmen. Cell spends 90% of its time in this phase. Just call it out. Interphase. Good. Chromosome pairs or sister chromatids become visible. Prophase. Yep, just call it out. Cytoplasm separates. Cytokinesis. Very good. Centrioles or poles appear. Prophase. Good. Chromatin goes into chromosomes. Chromatin turns into chromosomes. Late interphase, early prophase. So either one would work there too. Okay? Cell's resting phase. Interphase. Does this little cell job, right? Cell copies and doubles its chromosome and prepares for cell division. When you prepare for something, good. When you prepare for something, you do it before you get there, right? So, interphase has to be interphase. Spindle fibers attached to the chromosomes at the centromere. Metaphase, good. They're not attached yet, prophase. They're attached in metaphase. Excellent. Meet in the middle. Metaphase, good. Chromosome pairs or sister chromatids separate and move to opposite ends of the cell. Anaphase, good. Chromosome pairs line up at the equator. Metaphase, okay. spindle fibers begin to stretch across the cell like spider webs. Prophase. Begin, they're not already there, grabbing hold of that centromere, okay? And then these are structures, okay? So, who can tell me what a chromosome is? Yes,
A pair of DNA molecules.
right, and what is it shaped like?
An X.
X, right. So this is like this in metaphase and in prophase, all right? Yeah. All right, centriole, pole, Kira.
The thing at the top where the spindle fibers come out.
So remember, we have a north pole and a south pole on Earth. So think of poles. So they're the structures where the spindle fibers come out up, okay? At either end of the cell. Centriole. Centromere. Yes, Trisha.
It's the small structure that connects the two chromosomes.
Very good. So next connects the sister chromatids right in the middle of that chromosome. Spindle fibers. Yes.
The one that comes out of the centriole to connect the.
Those. Yeah. Yeah. Chromatid. Carolyn. Right. Where it breaks the chromosome in half. Okay. So remember that when it's kind of funky the way it works because when I know this could actually work, but I don't want to
Not
take
only
the time.
to connect, but elaborate and frankly really elegant structures. They fold,
It's in
they
my
coil,
head.
they twist. If they were sculptures, I would go to the museum every day.
That's right. It's a smart board, so I can't touch it. Okay. So I'll write on my whiteboard that's not smart. Could I write on my smart board? Yes. But I'm not feeling smart enough. So just remember that when the chromosomes come together, they aren't separated the way they came together, right? Because chromosomes look like, Dia, could you make sure that I'm in the shot still on that iPad once I stand over here? Oh, actually, I can just move this. Never mind. You can leave it.
Okay.
All right. So this is a chromosome, right? When they meet in the middle, you have two chromosomes like that. Then the centromere is there. All right? But when the spindle fibers come in and attach to the centromere, it pulls it apart like this. So this is a chromatid. All right? Yes.
But they're both like sister chromatids.
Yeah, they're sister chromatids. So they're shaped like that. All right? Instead of like that. So that's a chromosome, centromere, chromatid, chromosome. Yes.
Does the centromere
Disintegrate. Yep, just like the nuclear membrane breaks down and just goes away, gets reabsorbed. Probably goes into what organelle in the cell?
The
The lysosome. Very good, very good. Yes, go ahead.
Since it's like two, like what are these two chromosomes? That would be sister chromosomes. The X is like
This right
the
here?
central. Yeah.
This would be,
Yeah, the chromatids.
yes, chromatids or sister chromatids. You won't have a question that says, is it a chromatid or a sister chromatid? Like, that's not fair, right? Just together, separately, it's a chromatid, together, they're sisters. I wrote the exams, that's not on there like that, I promise you. That's just, we're not all like, oh, let's see if we can mess them up. Like, that's not what we do. Okay, another question that a lot of classes got wrong, and I know we went over it in my classes, probably Missy Gary's class too. Anybody in here in Wilson's class? So, was the question about if you were given, if there was an organism with 10 chromosomes? Right. So, a lot of people got that wrong, all right? So I just want to go over it just one more time. So, when a cell is going through mitosis, it is, and we've talked about this, but can you see about? Can you see? You might want to move, honey. Yeah. So mitosis, and we've talked about this, is asexual reproduction. All right? So sex doesn't mean the act. It means two things coming together. All right? That's all that means. So the prefix A means without. All right? So it's asexual reproduction because it's making an exact duplicate of itself. So one of the things I talked about in my classes is you want your hair cells to make new hair cells and not skin cells hanging off your hair, right? Like you want all of your cells to make more of what they are, okay? So so mitosis is when a parent cell splits and makes two daughter cells. Now, you don't end up with 3 cells, right? Because what happens is this splits and becomes 2 daughter cells, all right? You don't end up like, as humans, as a parent, I was joking, like, I didn't disappear. My mind did, but my body didn't disappear when I had children. I was still hanging around. That's not the truth. That's not true with mitosis. So this divides. So we have 46 chromosomes. How many daughter cells are made? 2. Is there ever any less or more than 2? No, because when you divide something in half, there's always 2, right? If these cells are making exact copies of the other cell, how many chromosomes? 46. 46 and 46. So that question was, if you have an organism that has 10 chromosomes, how many chromosomes does each daughter cell have, and how many daughter cells are there? There's always 2 daughter cells. Always, doesn't matter how many chromosomes, always 2. And then how many chromosomes each? 10. Okay. There are questions on there about mitosis versus meiosis. All right? Aww. Yes.
Will it ask you anything specifically about meiosis?
Yes. Well, now I'm going to explain this to you. Yeah. Okay. So meiosis. So we have mitosis, and so think of mitosis. It's all of your body cells. Every single cell in your body goes through mitosis in order to make more of them, because your cells die. So if you just made cells and then they all died, then you'd be like a 2-week-old, and then you wouldn't live past that, because your cells are constantly dying and rejuvenating all the time. So they are cell repair. If you cut yourself, your body goes through exceptional cell division to heal itself. Muscle repair. If you break your arm, bone repair. That's how your bones regenerate, is by cells dividing, making new bone at that place, okay? So mitosis is for all body cells, except the word that all 7th graders love, sex cells. Okay. All right. Now, sex does not mean the act, all right? It is the, all right? It is the name of the cells that make offspring, okay? So sex cells in a boy, sperm. Why is it, like, I'm always talking about sperm and egg, and I guarantee you it's an administrator. Because okay, thank you. Okay, thanks, bye. All right, so sperm and egg. Sperm is a male sex cell. Egg is a female sex cell. All right? Shh. Listen, we're not going to talk about the specifics about where they're made or when they start being made till like Valentine's Day. So that would be kind of funny. We should time it that way. No. So sperm and egg. So this is the only time when something is created by your body where 2 things come together as opposed to separating. Right? So everything in your body is made through mitosis, through cells dividing and making more of itself, whether it's your hair, your skin, or your eyelashes, or whatever. Okay? But when an offspring, a baby, is made, two things have to come together. And we've talked about that we are 46 chromosomes. We need to stay 46 chromosomes. So 92, remember we said would be an aquatic rat, right? I don't know about you, but I don't want to deliver an aquatic rat. Okay? Okay, so they're gonna. But I want you to watch this, and then make sure you look at the resources in the folder on Schoology, because there's all kinds of resources with little GIFs or GIFs or whatever those things are called. So this is mitosis. Okay. I'm getting there. This is my mitosis, right? This is meiosis. So meiosis is mitosis twice. Okay? Because you need to have these divide twice so that when the two egg and sperm cell comes together, it's 46. So you won't be an aquatic rat. Alright? So, meiosis is mitosis twice. Alright? So, watch the resources in the Schoology folder. If you have questions, email your teacher. We can help you. Alright? Peace, peeps. But I recorded it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is every day.
This is my fiance. They hang around. Like, these are all eggs or all sperm.
What's his name?
Yeah, so these all happen. These cells are in your mama's belly. You're born with all the eggs you'll ever have already in your womb. So this all happened before you were born. But with boys, it doesn't happen until puberty. I know. Bye. Bye. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Yeah, you're early.
I came here from high school. I was like, why go home and walk?
Yeah, I know. See ya.
Carl's a cheater.
Yeah. Chromatid. So this is a chromosome, and this right here is a chromatid. Two chromatids make a chromosome, and it's connected by the centromere.
Carl.
This is it. This the
Cooperate.
daughter cells. That's this.
Oh, okay. So
This is all happening in the
only
nucleus.
like the left side is like chromatid.
Mhm. And then daughter cells are when all of this is divided, and so those are actual cells. This is part of a cell. That's a
Carl,
cell.
you're missing a tooth.
I can't believe Carl's cheating. He's a gay.
so funny.